Hi, people. Me again, of course, as always, and as usual, Moina Wavenberg. I'll be covering another pagan god today, by the name of Ashur. Now, long story short, really long story short, he was an Assyrian god, and his name was synonymous with the city of Ashur. I'm going to briefly read from the Wikipedia entry that you can find, as is customarily the case, linked in the description of this video. And there's also an interesting video at the end screen of this video about Assyria, and you'll see Ashur being mentioned in there, etc. Now, anyways, Ashur, also spelled Asur, Sumerian, Roman Ansar, and it just goes on, was the national god of the Assyrians in ancient times until their gradual conversion to Christianity between the 1st and the 5th centuries AD. For the rest, again, I'm not going to talk a lot or anything like that. You can read the Wikipedia entry or watch the video at the end screen. Um, I'll also link the video alongside the Wikipedia entry in the thingy, in the description of this video, for those of you that can't wait until the end of this video itself. Um, and you'll see for yourself what he was about, what Asher was about. Now, honestly, like I said, there is not a lot to say really. He was their patron god, and his name was identified and or in alignment with the city, as in they were both one and the same for worshippers as well as the inhabitants of Ashur, or I mean the inhabitants of Assyria, so Assyrians in general, specifically those that worshipped Ashur. Not that I'm aware of any other specific situation in which he wasn't worshipped, or people that didn't worship him. I'm simply saying. Anyways. Um. So yeah, let's dive right in. Appearance first. Ashur looks like a typical person you would expect to see from those times, from any region near Babylonia or just plain Babylon. Um, Specifically nobility wise, a man clothed in garments with a long beard, in the whole typical Babylonian manner and or fashion, the whole Persian look and everything. Um, and Colors are like yellow and purple in general. Not that it matters all too much, but still, the colors that stood out when I interacted with Asher were those colors. And I, of course, saw pretty much the same things I saw in the YouTube video I watched on Assyria, that I'm recommending to you guys. Um, no offense to the uploader, it's not the highest quality of video regarding narration and whatnot, but still, the information is interesting to anyone that's interested, that even remotely has an interest in the subject, I mean. And and yeah, I simply essentially saw the history of Assyria under his rule. Um, as for alignment, unsurprisingly, because today is Sunday, and I thought to myself, oh boy, it's not a coincidence that I'm seeing this video, and that all of a sudden, I hear the name Asher, etc. He is solar. Asher is a solar god. He also has a considerably strong lunar affinity, but even the lunar affinity has solar connotations. So yeah, solar, fully solar. Um, and there is no specific thing that Asher specializes in. It's just the same things that the sun stands for, as in overall success and potency in life overall. I asked him if there were any drawbacks, and he said yes and no. Um, yes, in the sense that it's a double-edged knife or a double-edged sword, and that, for example, someone that goes in a that makes foolhardy decisions when working with Asher, um, and goes in the and keeps doing things, things that are not exactly recommended in alignment with their agreement with Asher, then the person is gonna fully pay the price for their foolhardiness and their density, or denseness. So bluntly put, how stupid or idiotic or how ignorant they were, or stubborn and or pig-headed. Let's wins. play stupid games, win stupid prizes, etc. Um, no, in the sense that that no real side effects, honestly, nothing. Um, and oh yeah, he also told me that he doesn't have a single like worshiper or someone that works with him. He was like, not one. I don't have a single one more, not one. Um, Solar, he is governed by Lord Raphael, the Archangel Raphael, um, which I also expected. And let me see. Last but not least, oh yeah, when interacting with Asher, um, I also noticed something. There is there is a strong vibe of thingy going on. There is a strong mental vibe going on that makes it so that you almost want to forget things, become forgetful, or you're indecisive about mundane things, things that are in the broader scope of things insignificant. Even as I'm saying, as I speak, as I'm saying this, I can feel it a little, as in head-wise, you become a little bit woozy, like you drank a little bit too much. You're completely sober, but at the same time, you're like, oh, hmm. It's neither here nor there. It's neutral because it's not an unpleasant feeling or sensation. But to say that it's pleasant, no, also not. In all honesty, no, that's also not the case. Um, and when interacting with him, I also notice stuff like that. So this energy will also be bestowed upon people that to want to work with him. Um, yeah, and that is all. Bye.